Yep, we're live. Welcome everyone, Marketing Mondays with the Razor team. Today I'm Matt Reed doing my second Marketing Monday session with you today. So hope you join and enjoy the show. We'll run for about 15 minutes. We'll see how much we can get through. But today we're talking about content for products. So this video or this live stream is going to primarily relate best to anyone who's in retail. So if you are a retailer, if you sell to consumers B2C, then this video is for you. And we're primarily talking about product content. So anything that's related to product content, it could be information about the product specifications, product photos, videos, and more. So we'll get straight into it. Now, with any e-commerce website, we want to ensure that we have really good content. In fact, any website needs to have really good content. So if you sell products, you want to be able to give a customer as much information as they require or they need to help make a buying decision. A lot of people will shop online and will Google products and reviews and videos, but in my view, what you really want to be doing is trying to be the one-stop shop for somebody so they can get as much information as they require to make a buying decision. So if you sell products online, you basically want to make sure all your products are presented with lots of information and lots of photography and video so that the user or the customer visiting the website can basically go, yep, this is what I want. Here's all my questions answered. I know what the specifications are. I know what accessories they sell, and they can, make a buying decision just like that. So it's really important that you are the one-stop shop, because if somebody comes to your e-commerce site and you don't have enough information, you've just got a poor photo, no actual information on there, you're going to find people are going to leave and go to another website and find more information there, and perhaps at that point they might be steered away and they might go and buy from somebody else because they're looking at a website where there's all the big name brands like in New Zealand, Harvey Norman, Noel Leeming. So that's what we want to do. We want to keep people on our site at the end of the day. So we want to make sure we give them the information they need to keep them on our website. So if we switch over to Chrome, here, we've got Mighty Ape. So this website's a real large Kiwi-based e-commerce website, and they used to sell primarily video games, I believe, and they came under another name. It escapes me at the moment. But anyway, they now offer a wide range of products. And I just want to show you some of the structure around their website, which I think is really good. So they've got games, they've got electronics, toys, books, computers. They've got a lot of departments or areas that you can look through. So you want to structure your products really well. Don't just go and have one massive list of products and have no structure behind it. If you sell various types of products, you want to group them into a category, or in their case, departments. So if we look, team, on the departments tab here, they have a lot of options: electronics, computers, games, books, and within those there'll be further subcategories. And in their case, they've got their Black Friday big savings, they've got bestsellers, so further breaking down that product list and making it more defined as to what they do. So if I just show you another example here, another website that I've got opened up, a more simplified one, this company here sells alcohol online. They've got, for example, their wines category, their beers category, their spirits category, their mixers category. So they're grouping products, and within that again they've got further grouping of their products: red wine, white wine, champagne. So if we look at this site, for example, further down the page here, we've got the categorization of the product. So it's a sparkling wine, and it's from the France, words escaping me, from France, and it's champagne. So we're grouping the product in this case by multiple tags or multiple categories. So you could have a red wine, and you could furthermore have a Pinot Noir, for example. If you look down the left-hand sidebar here, you can also have things like brands. So you want to categorize your products by brand. If you sell, in this case, for example, big name brands, or you sell watches, for example, people recognize those by their brand. So again, someone might be wanting a specific phone. They might want an Apple phone. So you want to make it easy for them to select Apple and phones. They want to buy a Casio watch, they select Casio. They can do that specifically. Could be a model, a G-Shock watch, for example. Again, making it really easy for people to drill down and find the products that they want to find. Making it very easy for them to drill down into those. Now, we'll move on into the gist of what we're talking about here as the product content. So again, if we reference back to the computer here, we want to give people as much information as possible. Now this example here is a bottle of Bollinger champagne. Now as you can see here, the page has a nice photo, it has a very brief description here, and also down here it's got some further product attributes. This is more than enough for a bottle of champagne, for example. So we know what the alcohol value is, the size of the bottle, even the food matches, and some of the ratings that alcohol suits, or that champagne suits. So this is real good because it gives the customer straight away added value. Oh, okay, I can have this with seafood and salads, for example. If we jump back to a website like, like Mighty Ape, where we were just on, if I'm buying some tech, I'm going to want a little more detail than just a little paragraph. I'm going to want a few more photos. Again, guys, if you're selling a product that's a high value product or a high ticket product, you want to really ensure that you give people the full experience on your website so they know what they're getting, because the more something costs, the bigger barrier there is to them actually making a buying decision. So if you can give them great information like Mighty Ape does, then it's going to be easier for them to make a buying decision on their website. So big photos is important. Again, we've got product reviews on here, 27 reviews, 4.5 stars. Try and get product reviews on your website, because that can be very powerful to help people make a buying decision. If we scroll down further, this is also a very important attribute to have on your website. If you carry a lot of products in stock, tell people that. Because if you don't show your stock levels at all, people are going to go, well, I wonder if they have it in stock, or do they have to import it? How long is it going to take to get to me? Which further is shown here under it should arrive by 3rd to 9th of December. Again, people want things ASAP. They don't want to wait around for weeks. Everything's, with tech especially, instantaneous. I want something now. So if you can, give them an ideal time frame that updates with the date. So I'm based in, for some reason, Blenheim in this case. But if I'm in Pukekohe, where I am here, it might say it's going to be 2 days away. So I might receive it on the 1st of December, for example. Tell people whether it's available or not. Again, customer reviews, great to have. Helps with people making a buying decision, and people are really likely to listen to someone they don't know's review, especially if it's got good information on it. So if you can get those on your products, then great. And again, we've got lots of information down the page here. Tech related stuff always has a lot of detail behind it. This might be a bit overkill for most of you who might sell just more simplified products that aren't necessarily tech orientated. If you sell clothing and things like that, apart from sizing and colors and what the garments are made of, you probably don't need to have a whole lot of extra information in there. Another one that Mighty Ape does well is they've got product video. So get video on your website. Now, if you sell, and I've got another tab open here, if you sell, for example, cameras like this company does, or you sell a product that's manufactured by a big brand, so you sell cameras, or you sell TVs, or you sell watches, or you sell phones, or you sell clothing, you might find that there is content created by the actual manufacturer or the brand that you can use in your own website. So you don't have to spend thousands of dollars or tens of hours making videos for your own products. You can actually go, for example, to YouTube here and search that product, Canon C70. Or you might sell coffee machines. You might sell a Breville coffee machine. YouTube or Google the product on YouTube and go, okay, is there a video here that I can actually use in my own website? Click on the video.
You can't.
Lovely ads. Click on the video, click on the share button down here. And if you're allowed to embed it, it will have an embed tag here. Again, you copy the code and you can paste it into your website. Or you can probably, in most cases, just use this URL up the top here. If you copy it, into your web browser, into your web page, sorry, you can use that. Again, saving you the time of having to manually source video for your product. And that helps with people's buying decisions as well. Rubber Monkey's website here, if we just have a look at this, they've got a bit more information again for this specific camera. Very similar to Mighty Ape. A lot of content, in fact. Specifications. And where possible, you really want to make sure that you can give people or let people know if you do sell complementary products that you can cross-sell or upsell them. So you might have a complementing product. If you sell wine, you might have a bottle stop, a cork stop. If you sell phones, you might have the cases, you might have the phone mount for in the car. If you sell cleaning products for cars, you might have cloths, and you might have water blasters, or you might have scents that you can hang up on your rear view mirror. So what products can you also offer to your customer as a cross sell or an upsell, especially low ticket items? You know, if you're buying, for example, a brand new phone, a $500, $1,000, some of them $2,000 phones nowadays. If you are on the checkout there, if I bring up my screen again, team, here we go. If you're on the checkout, we'll see if these guys do it. Add to cart. Yeah, like we have here. If you're on the checkout here on the basket page, you can see there's accessories here that I can further add to my cart. Not necessarily as applicable, but if you're selling phones, you might have, as soon as they add that phone to their cart, you could say, here's our cases, here's our case options, here's our in-car mount options, here's our earphones or AirPods options that you can upsell, and you want to have it so they can click a button and bang, it's in their basket ready for them to check out. Because I'm sure most of us here, if we buy a brand new phone, we're going to add something extra into our cart. If we go and buy a brand new pair of shoes, you've probably been to the shoe shop and they try and sell you the protectant spray. Think about how you can also implement those into your website and make them relevant, make the customer feel like it's relevant to what they're buying. You know, if they're buying a phone, don't go and say, do you want to buy this random thing that's not related at all, because then they'll just feel like they're being more sold to than being given relevant options to help them when their buying process. So again, the content is really important here, and we want to make sure that we have as much of it as we can, but also display it well on the web page, because you will find some websites, they do have too much information. So this is actually a real good example here. If you just look above the fold, which is basically from here where the bottom of my screen ends and upwards. If we look above the fold, it's pretty simple. It's a little bit busy on the right hand side here with all of these part pay options, but it's still fundamentally very easy to look at. And that's important. You don't want to have it bombarding the customer straight away. If we jump back to the Winecraft website we built, again, above the fold, it's relatively simple. It's just the product name, the price. I can add it to the basket. I've got a bit of a description here, and I can scroll down. We don't want to overcomplicate the page, because we're going to then take the focus away from getting the customer to add it to their basket and just confuse them further. So keeping it as simple is real key as well. Now, there's not necessarily a lot more here that we're going to talk about. We've done great for timing. It's 14 past 10. What I'm going to lastly do is just emphasize product photos. So try and get good quality product photos. If your products aren't, again, like a brand that you can just Google, for example, like Breville, Barista Express, for example here, I could go and take these photos and put them on my website, providing they are the brand's photos, obviously. I could go and save that and use that on my website. That's pretty good quality. But if you sell your own products that you manufacture, for example, or no one else sells them, or there's nothing supplied by your supplier, then I'd encourage you to go and buy a light box and do your own product photos. I've clearly Googled that already. So just something like this, a little photography light box that you can set up in your office or at your warehouse or wherever you store your products. So if we just click on a random one, Mighty Apes, for example, here, like this is where you can take high quality product photos. using a Lightbox, which plugs generally into a USB on your computer. And you can take a great photo, upload it to your website, as you can see here, and away you go. You've got professional, well, close to professional grade product photos, rather than having to get somebody to take a photo and then Photoshop the edges out. You can use a Lightbox in this case. Now, if you can afford a photographer, definitely do it, because they're always going to do a much better job than you would as an amateur photographer who don't have any photography experience. And again, they do use iPhones or, mobile phone cameras in the Lightbox examples we just looked at. Ideally, you still need to use a proper camera in my view, but hey, if you're starting out, you're on a tight budget, or you just want to get something done, you're better to use your iPhone than to do nothing at all and wait. So anyway, in summary, make sure you get good product content organized, make sure that you've got good product photos, use a Lightbox, go to YouTube, get some videos, or even just make some videos at home. Again, if you have a Lightbox, you can video within that, showing the product, and it will look real nice and semi-professional. And again, testimonials, specifications, what other products suit the product, what's relatable, what can you cross-sell or upsell, and implement that into your website. Shopify, WordPress, WooCommerce, a lot of these platforms have the ability for you to do these things yourself. You don't have to have a web developer like Razor, for example, help you with that. But obviously we are here to help if you don't have the technical know-how or the confidence or the time in doing it yourself. So we're happy to help with that. Hope you found that useful. Leave a comment on the live stream if you found things valuable in this, or if you have any further questions. I'm happy to respond to any comments or inquiries that you may give to us. And until next Monday, hope you have a great day and hope you found that useful. We'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.